Students, now let us look at the another type of a conveyor system, that is a loop conveyor system. It's actually a continuous loop system. Forward and a return loop would be there. So it's a loop process. So the conveyor would move in a loop and it would move forward and as well as in the return direction as well. The forward loop carries part from the loading station to the unloading station. The return trip simply brings the containers back to the loading point. So there would be a forward loop and there would be a return loop. So forward loop would be taking the loaded containers to the unloading station, but from unloading station the return trip will actually just bring the empty containers. For a description of a loop conveyor system, let us assume that the containers are spaced equally apart by a distance s, and that each container can hold n parts. Let the forward loop distance be d and the return loop distance be e. Assume a conveyor speed of v meter per minute. तो हमारे पास क्या है, डिस्टेंस को हमने यहाँ पर s से रिप्रेजेंट कर दिया है, एंड ईच कंटेनर स्पेस जो है वो उसको जो बिटवीन द कंटेनर्स वुड बी s, and each container can hold n parts. Distance would be, the forward loop distance would be d and the return loop distance would be differentiated from d by assigning a symbol e. So the time required to travel the conveyor loop will be equal to d plus e, that is the forward loop distance plus the backward loop distance divided by the speed of the conveyor. So d plus e over v. And number of containers in the system would be represented by the forward loop distance plus the backward or the return loop distance divided by s, the spacing between the different containers. And part flow rate would be given by r, which is nv over s. This is similar to the flow rate which we found for a single direction conveyor system as well. But we have additional time that would be coming for the travel of the conveyor loop and the number of containers in the system. Since only the forward loop carries part, the number of containers that carry parts is d over s, and the number of parts in the system at any time is dn over s. So we have additional calculations with us. So number of जो कि forward loop ही सिर्फ carry करती है आपके containers को, so it would be d over s, and the number of parts in the system would be given by dn over s. The second type of loop conveyor system is known as recirculating system. Since parts may not have been unloaded at the unloading station and may be allowed to recirculate in the conveyor. In other words, the conveyor may be used for temporary storage. Yes, there are carousels in which the conveyor would not unload the containers at the unloading station. Instead of it, it would be recirculating. What does it mean? It means these are like, the conveyor would be used like a temporary storage area rather than loading and unloading containers. Thank you.